Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Thursday Night Bible Basketball. Welcome to our Thursday Night Bible Basketball. Come on in and let's shoot a little hoops. This is the playoffs. And if you've been watching the playoff, they've been going at it. So we're going to have a little playoffs too. 4 quarters of nothing but action. Come on in, get in on the action as we'll be doing some a little different each quarter. So come on in, play a little Bible basketball. Ain't no big eyes and little U's, not trying to shame anybody or anything. Just playing a little ball, having a little fun with the Word of God and learning in the process. Having fun and learning. So come on and let's play a little Bible basketball. Shoot around with the Word of God. Sometimes we play half court, and that's where we just stay in a certain chapter. And sometimes we play full court and we just cover the whole Bible. So there were times where we did a little 3 point shoot around. And that's where you had to come up with at least three answers to get the answer right. Good evening to my wife. Good evening, my beautiful wife. God bless you. So we're going to give everybody the chance to come on out of that dressing room. All right. Good evening, Pastor White. Didn't think you would make it this evening. God bless you. You come on in here. All right. Brother Dwayne Hunt, God bless you. I ain't seen you in this Bible basketball in a while, my brother. All right. Good to see you tonight. All right. Thank the Lord you made it. Yep. Good afternoon to you, Brother Hunt. So another minute, we're going to get started with our Bible basketball. And like I said, we're going to be playing 4 quarters of nothing but action, something a little different each quarter. All right, my brother, that's good. Still holding on. Yeah, I was down home, down there in Wynn Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. I just came back yesterday, headed out early Wednesday and got back in Chicago. So it was good to spend a little time in the city with a smile and to see people and family. Although it was a sad occasion, yet though it was good to see family and friends. All right, we're getting ready to get started with our Bible basketball. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I ain't been seeing you. I had posted that I was in Wynn. I even posted as I was traveling to Wynn. So yeah, so that's okay. We all right. Long as we together, whether in the flesh or in spirit. All right, let's get ready to pull up our questions so we can get started. We're going to be doing 4 quarters different. We're going to start off, I think, with um, fill in the blank. We're going to start off with fill in the blank concerning Jesus. Fill in the blank concerning Jesus. That's what we're going to start off with. So let me pull up our questions. Fill in the blank concerning Jesus. If you are ready, let's get ready to head down the court. And here comes our first question. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely blank. That's what Jesus said. Freely you have received, freely what? A, pray, B, give, C, live, or D, love. Freely do what? All right. Freely do what? All right. Yeah. Visit the shop, my brother. We'll be waiting on you. Hello to my cousin Shirley. She done made it in. God bless you this evening. She said she took off with down the court and said, freely give. And she passed it to brother Dwayne. Brother Dwayne passed it to the first lady. First lady took off down the court, going between her legs and everything. Down the court she goes with give. All right. Good evening to you. Down the court, the first lady goes with freely give. And there come in the pastor. And Pastor White says give. And so it looked like we are all in agreement. He goes in between his leg for a slam. Is that correct? That is correct. Flying 360 slam on that one. All right, let's head on down the court with the next one. He said, when you pray, say, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy blank come. Thy will be done as in heaven, so in earth. Thy what come? Follow A, followers come. B, words come. C, kingdom come. D, commandments come. Who gonna take off down the court first on this one? Thy blank come, thy will be done. All right, there goes Pastor White. Took off down the court first and said, Thy kingdom come, and he passed it to Cousin Shirley, who passed it to the first lady, and she passed it back to the pastor, went between his legs and passed it to Brother Dwayne. Is this another slam? Thy kingdom come, or does somebody see something different? Y'all all in agreement. That's a good thing when everybody is in agreement, and that is correct. Another slam. Thy kingdom come. All righty, let's head down the court with the next question. He said, Verily I say unto you, except you be converted and become as blank, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Unless you be converted and become as what? A, followers. B, sheep. C, little children. D, faithful beings. Who gonna take off down the court on this one? There go the first lady, took off down the court, and she passed the Pastor White. He's moving pretty quick tonight. All right, my brother, that's good. And he passed it back to the first lady. First lady passed to Cousin Shirley. Down the court they go, and they passed it back to Pastor White. And here comes Sister Bertha Williams. Good evening to you, Sister Bertha. And she got in on it, and she passed it to Brother Dwayne. As we hear down the court, as we all in agreement, here come Pastor White. He passed it back to him. Is this another slam? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And be converted, become as what? Be converted and come as little children. That is correct. That's another flying 360 slam. All right, let's get ready to head on down the court with the next question. He said, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can blank it. For thou hast a little strength and hast kept my word and hast not denied my name. What was Jesus saying here? I know thy works. Open door and no man can A, shut it, B, destroy it, C, harm it, D, move it. What is he saying here? No man can do what? I know that works. Behold, I was set before thee an open door, and no man can what? Shut, destroy, harm, move it. Who gonna take off down the court on this one? Here come the first lady, takes off down the court, and see she doubled between her legs, behind her back, and everything, and said no man can shut it, and she passed to Brother Hunt. Brother Hunt says, shut it and close it. I know what you mean, my brother. Down the court, he goes with shut it, and he passes to Pastor White. Down the court, Pastor White goes, and he passes to Cousin Shirley. Down the court, she goes, and she passes to Sister Bertha. Everybody's in agreement. Is this another slam? And here comes Pastor White in for alley hoop. Is this another slam? No man can shut it. Is that correct? That is correct. Another flying 360. Man, y'all slamming all over the place on these here. All right, let's get ready to head down the court for this next question. He said, For John came unto you in the way of blank, and you believed him not. But the publicans harlots believed him. And ye, when ye had seen it, repented not afterward, that ye might believe him. For John came unto you in the way of what? A, the gospel. B, the truth. C, righteousness. D, my Father. Who gonna take off down the court? And here come the first lady take off down the court and says, C is righteousness. Down the court, she passes to Cousin Shirley. The kin folks, the family heading down the court back and forth. Cousin Shirley and the first lady passing back and forth, heading down the court with righteousness. Down the court, they go back and forth with righteousness. Does somebody see something different? They heading down the court All right, here comes Sister Bertha Williams coming in with righteousness. All right, down the court, Sister Bertha Williams go behind her back and between her legs. She heading down there, heading in. Is we all going or somebody going to steal it? Down the court she goes. And they said, go, Sister Bertha. They said, go. All right. Now come Pastor White in. She passes to Pastor White, who passes it to Brother Dwayne. And they said, slam it, Brother Dwayne. Is this a slam? Is this a slam? That is correct. Righteousness. That is correct. Flying 360 slam on that. And all right, y'all take y'all a quick water break as we get ready to start the second quarter. That ends the first quarter. All right, we're getting ready to start the second quarter. So get your little quick water break as we get ready to pull up our questions for our second quarter. And it's going to be a little different. So get ready to head down the court as we get our questions together for this second quarter. And this second quarter is going to be our book. Which book? We're going to be talking about which book. So get you a quick drink of water, a tea break. And Cousin Cheryl said a tea break. So get you a quick tea break as we get ready to talk about which book. So the answer is going to be what book of the Bible did this verse come from? If y'all ready and got your little water break and everything, I'm going to get ready to put up our questions here. All right, getting up questions together here for a little quick. All right, so here comes our first question. He says, wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. What book of the Bible is this in? A, Nehemiah, B, Deuteronomy, C, 1 Corinthians, or D, Ecclesiastes. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there's profit to them that see the sun. Who gonna take off down the court? And there comes the first lady. She says it's Ecclesiastes. Back and forth between her legs and behind her back, she's heading down the court with Ecclesiastes. Does somebody see something different? Wisdom is good with inheritance. By it, there is profit to them that see the sun. She heading down the court by herself. Is she going to get some help? Or is somebody going to steal it and go the other way? Was it Nehemiah? Was it Deuteronomy? All right, and that she passes it to Cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley says it's Ecclesiastes. Down the court, they go with Ecclesiastes. There go the family again. Those cousins going at it back and forth with Ecclesiastic. Down the court, did anybody see something different? Somebody going to steal it? Or you going to go with them? And there they go. They passes it to Brother Hunt. Brother Hunt heads down the court with Ecclesiastic. And he heads down the court, and they say slam it. And then here come Pastor White. He say Ecclesiastic. Are we all in agreement? He went between his legs, heading down the court as the second tick on the clock. He's headed down the court, getting close. Are we all in agreement? Does somebody see something different? Is it Ecclesiastics as the seconds tick on the clock? That is correct. It is Ecclesiastes. Flying 360 slam on that one. All right, let's get ready to head on down the court. Here's your next question. He's saying, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. In all thy ways acknowledge him, he shall direct thy path. What book of the Bible is that? 1 Peter, A, B, Proverbs, C, 2 Samuel, D, Exodus. And there go Cousin Shirley took off down the court. She said, that's in Proverbs. And down the court, she goes with Proverbs. And I got your pastor. He said DB. I guess he trying to say Proverbs. Down the court, he passes it to the first lady, and she passes it back to the pastor. He was trying to be so quick. He said DB. It's Proverbs. I got you, my brother. Down the court, we going with Proverbs. Are we all in agreement? In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That's in the book of Proverbs, or maybe it's in Peter, maybe it's in Samuel, or maybe it's in Exodus. Are we all in agreement as the head down the clock, as the seconds tick on the clock? Does somebody see something different? Here comes Brother Dwayne. He takes the pass from the pastor, and they said, slam it, Brother Dwayne. They said, slam it. So down the court, he goes in for the slam. Is Proverbs correct? That is correct. Way to slam it. All right. Let's head on down the court with our next question. It says, be confident of this very thing, that he which had begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. Who said that? A, Judges, B, Philippians, C, John, D, Mark. Being confident of this very thing. All right, that go the first lady, took off down the court. She said it's Philippians. Back and forth between her legs. She went and behind her back and she twisting back and forth and she passes it to her cousin. Them cousins love to take off down the court quick. Boy, y'all got to get with them. And they passes it to Pastor White. Pastor White goes between his leg back and forth. He's showing off. He heading down the court. Look at him go. Be confident. Y'all sure it's Philippians? May it be Judges. Pastor go 20 leg back and forth again. Man, he going at it. He's determined to go with Philippians. Maybe it's John. Maybe it was something else. They said slam it, Pastor. Is we all in agreement? Maybe somebody going to steal it from him. Maybe somebody else going to steal it from him. Is this a slam? Is this a slam? Philippians, what? That is correct. It is Philippians. Way to slam it. All right, let's get ready to head on down the court. Here's our next question that's come on. He said, he changed the times and the season. He removed kings and set it up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that. What does this book? What book does say this? A, was it Galatians? B, Judges. C, Ezekiel. D, Daniel. All right, there go the first lady, took off down the court and she said Danielle. Oh, now I know what you mean, but she said Daniel. Down the court, she goes back and forth between her legs with Daniel. All right, so Daniel heads down the court, but then somebody may say Galatians, somebody may say Judges. All right, and here she passes it to Brother Dwayne. He said Danielle too. Down the court, Danielle. I know what you mean, my brother. Down the court, they go with Daniel. He passes it back to the first lady. Back and forth, Brother Hunt and the first lady go down the court with Daniel. Anybody going to get with them? Or is they going to have to slam it on their own? Or maybe somebody sees something different and steals the ball. And they passes it to Pastor White. Pastor White said, go heads down the court with Daniel. Is this a slam? Or does somebody see something different? All right. Cousin Shirley says she going with her team, Daniel. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. And there come the pastor doubled back and they said slam it, Pastor. They said slam it. So is this a slam? That is correct. Daniel is correct. They said, where is this found at in the Bible? All right. Somebody find that for her. All right. In the book of Daniel. All right. Next question says, why they looking at, he says, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria. All right. There's your answer, Cousin Shirley, right there. All right. Thank you, First Lady. What book is this found in? You shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost come upon you. Is this A, Galatians, B, Acts, C, 2 Timothy, D, Titus? First Lady takes off down the court and go between her legs, and she says it's found in the books of Acts, and she passes it to Cousin Shirley, and Cousin Shirley passes it to the pastor, and pastor heads down the court, doubled between his legs, and go headed on down the court with the books of Acts. Down the court, he said Acts, and he said B, Acts. He making sure he got it. All right, that brother is doing good. Down the court, he going between his leg, behind his back, and everything. And they said slam it. So is this a slam, or maybe somebody sees something different? Does somebody see something different? Is this a slam? Is this a slam? All right, thank you, she said. All right, they said slam it, Pastor. And that is correct. Way to slam at the end of that quarter. Flying 360 slam. Y'all ended the half. That's the end of the half. Get your quick tea break, water break as we get ready to start our second half. Get you a breather, catch your breath and everything. We're getting ready to start the second half, and we're going to go into something a little different in this second half. So get ready, guys, to start the second half. All right. It's been pretty active. Y'all been going at it pretty good. So get ready to start our second half. In this second half, we're going to talk about, it's going to be another fill in the blank in this second half. Hello, cousin Sarah. All right, cousin Sarah, how you doing this evening? That's all right. We getting ready to start the second half, cuz. So get ready as we start our second half. All right, Pastor White, you go get you some rest. Thanks for playing that first half with us. Go get you some rest, my brother. All right, so here we go. We're going to pull up our questions for our second half. We're going to start off with fill in the blank. We're going to start our second half with fill in the blank. And so here comes our questions for the second half. First question says, know ye not that so many of us were baptized into Jesus Christ, were baptized into his blank. So many of us, as were baptized in Jesus Christ, were baptized into his what? A, spirit. B, life. C, death. D, praise. Who gonna take off down the court on this one here? Know ye not that so many of us were baptized in Jesus Christ, were baptized into his what? There go cousin Shirley took off down the court. She said death, and she passed it to the first lady. That them two cousins taking off down the court right away with death. Back and forth, they going with death. Way to go. They said death. Maybe somebody see something different. Maybe he said life. Maybe he said spirit. Maybe he said praise. Are we all in agreement, or does somebody see something different as we head down the court, take off down the court? And there comes cousin Sarah. Sarah said his death. She said death. And Sister Sarah heads down the court with death, and she goes back and forth between her legs. So look like it's going to be death. As we head down the court, look like it's going to be death. And so is this a slam with death? That is correct. Flying 360 slam with death. All right, here comes our next question. Way to slam it. He said, if any of you lack blank, let him ask of God that give it to all men liberally and upbraid it not, and it shall be given him. Any of you lack what? A, guidance. B, knowledge. C, wisdom. Or D, faith. Who gonna take off down the court? And there go the first lady, took off with wisdom, and she passes it to cousin Shirley. I'm telling you, them two cousins takes off quick down the court. So you better get with them. And maybe any of you lack what? Guidance, knowledge, wisdom, or faith. Are we in agreement, or does somebody see something different as we head down the court? And they moving down the court back and forth pretty quick. Those two cousins there, back and forth, they going with wisdom. Behind their back, between the legs, and around about, they going with wisdom. All right, is this another slam with wisdom? If any of you lack wisdom, maybe somebody sees something different, let him ask of God. If any of you lack what? All right, now come cousin Sarah. She said wisdom too. Down the court she goes in for wisdom at the last second. Is this a slam? That is a flying 360 slam. Way to slam it. All right, let's head on down the court with the next question. She slammed it. All right. Next question says, so Christ was once offered to bear the sins of blank, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Christ was once offered to bear the sins of what? A, believers. B, many. C, few. Or D, faithful. Who gonna take off down the court on this one? Christ was once offered to bear the sins of, cousin Shirley took off down the court and she said many. And there she goes right away to her cousin. And them cousins heading down the court right away with many. And there goes my many little nephew, Michael. God bless you this evening, Michael. He said it was believers. Christ once offered to bear the sins of believers. Down the court, Micah goes the other way with believers. But here come cousin Shirley, stole it from Micah and passes it to the first lady right away. They said many, Micah. So down the court, they go with many. Is you going to let them get away with that? Or maybe you see something different. Down the court, so Christ was once offered for many. Back and forth, them cousins go. Does somebody see something different? Are y'all going to let them have it? Maybe you see something different. Christ was once offered to bear the sins of many. Michael said believers. What y'all gonna let them have it? They said slam it with many. Is that correct? Is this another slam? He was once offered to bear the sins of many. That is correct. Way to slam it. Flying 360 slam at the last minute. Way to go. All right, let's head on down the court with the next question. He says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for what? For they will be filled. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for A, the Holy Ghost, B, the earth, C, love, D, righteousness. Right away, there goes the first lady, takes off down the court with righteousness. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. They shall be filled. Maybe somebody sees something different. Back and forth, the first lady goes between her legs and she passes it to cousin Shirley. Down the court, cousin Shirley goes with righteousness. Does somebody see something different? Is somebody going to go with something different? And I go to nephew. They pass it to nephew Michael. Nephew Michael heads down the court with righteousness, and he's a quick little guy. He's moving fast. Is anybody going to catch him? Or is he going to slam it on his own? Down the court, he goes with righteousness. Is this another slam? They said, go, Mikey. Yeah, go first lady says slam Mikey, and all of a sudden he passes it for alley hoop to Sister Sarah. Is that correct with righteousness? That is correct. Way to alley hoop slam, flying 360. All right, let's head on down the court with our next question. He said, thou will keep him in perfect blank, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. He will keep you in perfect what? A, place, B, fellowship, C, peace, D, fit. He will keep you in perfect blank if you keep your mind stayed on him. There go the first lady, tucks off down the court with peace. She go between her leg and pass it to cousin Shirley. Back and forth down the court they goes with peace. Do everybody see peace? Maybe somebody see something different. And here come, they passes it to nephew Michael. Nephew Michael heads down the court quickly. He heads down the court with peace. He will keep him perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. And he passes it right away to cousin Sarah Hughes. Cousin Sarah Hughes takes it off down the court and passes it back to the first lady, who goes between her legs. And is this another slam? Is this another slam? That will keep you in perfect peace. She says, slam it. Is that correct? That is correct. Thou will keep you in perfect peace. All who keep your mind on stayed on thee. All right. That ends our third quarter. Get you a quick drink of water, tea break as we get ready to start our fourth and last quarter. This is the playoff, and we have 4 quarters, and so we're getting ready to start our fourth and last fourth quarter. So get your little water break, take a breather, and our questions is going to be a little different this time. Questions going to be a little different. So get ready as we get ready to pull up our questions for our fourth quarter. Getting ready to go head down to the finish line. Get ready for the fourth quarter. Now, this fourth quarter is going to be all about Jesus. So I hope you guys know all about Jesus. So we're going to get ready to pull up our questions all about Jesus. All right. And here comes our first question concerning all about Jesus. To start the fourth quarter, it says, what did Jesus drink before he gave up the ghost on the cross? When he was on the cross, what did he drink before he gave up the ghost? A, oil, B, vinegar, C, water, D, milk. What did he drink? Who's going to take off down the court? And that go the first lady, takes off down the court with vinegar, and she passes it right away to nephew Michael. Way to be quick in there, Michael. All right, he remembered them 40 days and 40 nights. Down the court, he passes it back to the first lady, who passes it to cousin Shirley. He said, Jesus drunk vinegar on that cross. Down the court, cousin Shirley goes with vinegar. Maybe somebody sees something different. Was it oil? Was it vinegar? Was it water? Or was it milk? Down the court, they going back and forth. Nephew Michael passes to cousin to the first lady, who passes to cousin Shirley, and they said it was vinegar. Are we all in agreement that somebody sees something different? What did Jesus drink before he gave up the ghost on the cross? And cousin Shirley passes it to cousin Sarah Hughes, and they said, slam it, cousin Sarah. Is that a slam? That is a slam. Fine 360 slam on that one. All right, let's head on down the court with our next question. Way to slam it, Sarah. All right. He said, how many people did Judas bring with him to arrest Jesus? How many people? A, nobody, just himself. B, a multitude. C, a few. D, one. All right, who gonna head on down the court on this one here? How many people did Judas bring with him to arrest Jesus? All right, there go nephew Michael took off down the court and said he brought a multitude. Down the court he goes with multitude, and he passes it to cousin Shirley, who passes it to the first lady. Down the court we going, boy. Nephew Michael took off down the court first right away, and he passed it to cousin Shirley, who passed it to first lady. Are we all in agreement? Maybe somebody see something different. Is somebody gonna steal it? He ain't bring nobody, or maybe he brought a few, or maybe he just brought one person. Are we all in agreement as that we head down the court? Are we all in agreement? All right. And first lady passes it to cousin Sarah, and cousin Sarah said it was a multitude. So is this another slam? They said slam it. Way to go, cousin Michael. Nephew Michael, way to go. Is this another slam? Is this another slam? That is correct. Flying 360 slam on that one. All right. Let's get ready to head on down the court. Take it out with our next question. Here comes our next question. Where did Jesus perform his first miracle of turning water into wine? Where was that at? Was it A, in Nazareth of Galilee, B, Jerusalem of Judea, C, Cana of Galilee, or D, Jericho of Judea? Where was Jesus at when he turned water to wine? Who's going to take off down the court on this one here? All right. First lady took off and she said Cana. And nephew Micah put up a question mark. Well, you get with him, Mikey, get with him. Down the court, first lady said Cana. She goes between her legs and passes to cousin Shirley. And nephew Micah got with him. He said, it's Cana. I hear you, brother. When you can't beat them, join them. Down the court, you're going with Cana. Is this another slam, or does somebody see something different? Maybe it was somewhere else. They said, go Mikey. Go Mikey. All right. Is this another slam? Does somebody see something different? It said, because Shirley said it was a wedding in Cana. Man, she know about it. Down the court, we're going with Cana, but maybe somebody see something different. Maybe somebody see something different. Where did Jesus perform his first miracle, turning water to wine? Nazareth, Jerusalem, Cana, or Jericho? Sister said, cousin Sarah said, I'm out. I just know it was a wedding. All right. Well, you can't beat them, join them. All right. It was a wedding. Was it a wedding at Cana? That is correct. It was a wedding at Cana. Flying 360 slam on that one now. Let's get ready to head on down the court, take it out, and head down the court with the next one. All right. He said Jesus was buried in a tomb that belonged to a rich man named who? Of Matthew. What was this rich man's name? A, Richard, B, James, C, David, or D, Joseph. Who gonna take off down the court? And that go to first lady, takes it out, and she passes it to nephew Michael, who passes it to cousin Shirley, and she passes it back to the first lady. Down the court she goes with Joseph, and we head down the court with Joseph, back and forth with Joseph. Is we all in agreement? Or maybe somebody sees something different. Man, y'all took off down the court. You said it was Joseph's tomb. Down the court, we're going with Joseph's tomb. Everybody said Joseph. So down the court, we're going with Joseph. Are we all in agreement, or does somebody see something different? As the seconds tick on the clock, First Lady passes it to Cousin Sarah for another slam. Is this another slam? As y'all, everybody said Joseph. That is correct. Another flying 360 slam with Joseph. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with the next one. All right. We all basketball players. All right. Jesus said that when we stand praying, we must also what? When we stand praying, we must A, forgive, B, recite hymns, C, kneel, D, put hands up. Jesus said when we stand praying, we must also what? There go cousin nephew Michael took off down the court. He said, "Put your hands up." Down the court, he going with put his hands up, and he moving pretty quick. But the first lady caught him and went back the other way with forgive, and she went between her legs back and forth with forgive. And then then nephew got with his auntie down the court. He said, "Forgive too." All right, way to get with them. Down the court, they passes it back and forth with forgive. Back and forth, they moving with forgive. Anybody gonna steal it from them, or does somebody see something different? Somebody gonna steal it, or you gonna go with them? Down the court, she said, D said, when you stand praying, forgive. Cousin Shirley said she not sure on this one here. She said, where's that verse found? Well, all right. And cousin Sarah said, count her out too. All right. Nephew Michael said the kids did it. The kids did. Auntie and the nephew did it. That is correct. Forgive. When you stand praying, forgive. Way to flying 360 slam on that one there. And that brings us to the end of our fourth quarter. We like to thank you all for coming out and playing a little b-ball with us. It's always good. We all have fun and we have a chance to learn. All right. So you guys, thank you all. You guys remember to trust the process and keep God first. Trust the process and keep God first as you go through in life. Thank you to Cousin Shirley for coming in, playing with us tonight. Thank you to my beautiful wife. Thank you to my nephew, Michael. God bless you. Thank you, Cousin Sarah Hughes, for tuning in and being with us tonight. All right. Thank you to you all for stopping by. Sister Sarah, thank you. Cousin Shirley, my beautiful wife, nephew. Thank you all. All right. Pastor White was here for the first half. We thank Pastor White and Brother Dwayne Hunt. They stopped in for the first half. So we like to thank them for coming in for the first half. Pastor White and Brother Dwayne Hunt, thank you for coming in for the first half. And if I missed anybody, charge it to my eyes and not my heart. So have a blessed night. Remember to trust the process and keep God first. Say, go kids, next generation of the Neils. All right. There you go. All right. Thank you, Cousin Shirley. Keep God first. Thank you, my beautiful wife. Everybody have a blessed night. Trust the process and keep God first. And if you ain't doing anything, join me and Pastor White in the morning at 6 a.m. to be praying for everyone. So come on in and get in on the prayer. Have a blessed night and trust the process and keep God first.